Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. How we sounding? All right. Yeah. So obviously, we back in this thing, getting another joint in. This thing came out amazing. I ain't gonna hold you. I probably say that all the time, but yeah, if it didn't come out good, I wouldn't share it with you at all. So this track is another banger by my man J Boogie. One of these days, I'm gonna get him to speak to y'all, but we're gonna wait for that. So take a listen to the track. This shit is dope. This dude J Boogie does his thing. You already know I had a spaz on this.
You ready? You ready?
Keep running through it so I could hit the level.
Yeah. All right.
You ready?
Midnight flight. Got the red eyesight. Drawn a mile high over flybys, friendly skies. The high over flybys, friendly skies. Speaking of friendly skies, let's take a little trip. We'll get back to this studio session next episode. I took a little trip that you guys might want to see, so let me bring you to that. Now look, as many times as I flew, the visuals outside my cabin window are always mind-blowing. So we stayed at the Sofitel Beverly Hills, right across the street from the Beverly Hills Center. It was a pretty nice hotel. Let me give you a quick tour of the lobby. Real nice spot. My only gripe was the fact that we had to valet our car, and that ticket was $45 a day. And every time you ask for your car, you have to tip the guys that bring the car up. The red drape that you see there, behind that is a restaurant, lounge and club. Later on, I'm going to bring you back there. Now, as I did my walkthrough, I came into this little area, and in my mind, I knew that this was something I could work with, and I took some footage. Check it out. Now, this was the raw footage that I saw with this particular spot. Now check out the edited version of what I saw. So I'm not a trained videographer, but I'm starting to get the eye. So here's a quick peek of a drive-through in the Hollywood Hills. 11 a.m. There's not much movement up here. These tiny, quaint little houses are in the millions. Every once in a while you'll see something exclusive, but for the most part, these things are just basic as far as I'm concerned. But here it is. So from here, we went to Rodeo Drive, and check this out. This guy who owns this boutique right here has a Rolls Royce to match the color of his boutique. Even the interior was yellow. Tell me that's not the ultimate flex. This shit was crazy. So yeah, we did a little shopping, came back, valeted the car, got some lunch, and headed right back to the hotel. So we stayed at the penthouse level of this hotel, and I gotta be honest with you, there's nothing exclusive about the room that we booked. So yeah, there were rooms up here with double hung doors. Those rooms might have been real special, but that's not what we had. We had a regular room just with a balcony. And for me, that's everything. That's where I get to smoke my cigars. Now, real quick guys, if you're gonna do cigar smoking, there's one thing you gotta know. Never light your cigar with a lighter. You need to use a torch. And first thing you gotta do is burn the edges to where you have a gray smoke ring around your cigar before you start to smoke.
Went home already? Okay.
He's still here.
Oh, okay. What time you guys hanging out?
What are you doing now?
Well, Daddy and I are going out.
His mom's dropping him.
Okay, it's my.
Well, picking him up.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, say hello.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Right. Bye,
Bye.
mommy.
All right, later.
Love you, mommy. Love you, daddy. If you could hear me.
Yeah, he's right
Love
here.
you. So we had a little quick day party to go to, and unfortunately, I couldn't get any footage. I didn't want to look like a straight Fulio taking footage. These type of people are uptight. And as a content creator, you're really not supposed to give a damn about what people think, but I'm not quite at that level, so I had a little bit more respect.
The hell are these people? Okay, yeah.
Now, on this day, we decided to try Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. It's a popular spot. We hear a lot about it, especially out here in Cali. So we decided to give it a shot. Now, the food was okay, but to be honest with you, look, in every hood in New York, you'll find a Crown fried chicken, and their chicken is 10 times better than this. No lie. Now, remember I mentioned what's behind this red drape earlier? Well, let me take you back there. At the Beverly Hills Sofitel, every Monday night is supposedly a jazz night. And this night certainly didn't disappoint. I don't know how much of this stuff I could play. I'll give you a snippet of it. But yeah, if you are in the area, you definitely want to come check this out. Dope. Yeah, so quick trip. I couldn't bring you to everything we did, everywhere we went. This is just a, quick little sample. Give you a taste of California, which is definitely nice. You might want to check it out. So next episode, we're going right back to the studio, and I'll see you there. The other day, I was at work, and I was in one stationary spot for a few hours. I noticed some Jehovah's Witnesses that had a stand, and for some reason, there was 3 ladies there, and every time that I looked over at them, I noticed one of them was looking at me, maybe trying to figure out what I was doing over there and why I was there for that length of time. But for whatever reason, they kept looking over at me. Every time I looked at them, they were looking at me. I gotta tell you, years ago, when these people would knock at my door, I'd be one of the few people that would actually let them in. I did that just to debate them. I wanted to flex my biblical knowledge and test what they knew. So yeah, I'd let them in. It never worked out well. They'd often get up and leave, looking at me like I'm some sort of devil-filled junkie. I took some sort of joy in throwing them off their access and knocking them back off their game. But I've since matured. I don't do that anymore. There's no point in it. So on this day, I decided to approach the ladies, not to be combative, but to kill some time. I was there for a few hours. And again, they kept looking at me. So I made my way over to them, expecting that they would engage me first. But they said nothing. I grabbed a few books, still nothing. I was somewhat disappointed that they wouldn't say anything to me. Now, I do understand I don't have the friendliest face, so to disarm them, I decided to flash a smile. And yes,
that did the trick. One of them said, "Are you interested in knowing and learning about the Bible?" I replied, "No, I'm actually very well versed with it." So one of them asked, "Are you a witness?" I said no, and told them that I was just appreciative of the fact that they're taking their time to do this work. After a few minutes, I walked away from the ladies, thanking them for their time. But again, the word that stuck with me was the fact that they said, "We out here trying to spread the truth." As far as I know, there are 3 types of truths. One is the objective truth. That is something that is true whether you believe in it or not. It is true. If I throw a stone into the air, it will surely come back down. The objective truth doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your bias. It will be true 99% of the times. I say 99 because nothing is absolute. There's always a variable, but for the most part, you can test this over and over, and 99% of the times you're going to get the same result. The second type of truth, and that's personal truth. That is something that is true to you down to your core, every inch of your bone. This is what is in your essence. Nothing that anyone says will ever deter you from your truth. There's a word or a phrase, if I may, called cognitive dissonance. That is, you believe in something so much that if someone provides you evidence to contradict your belief, it matters not. You are still going to hold your faith in that belief. Personal truth is very tricky because if I don't believe in what you believe, the only way you can get me or someone to believe your personal truth is by some intense bout of persuasion or by threats of bodily harm or violence or death. Many lives have been lost because of this. Wars have been waged because you don't believe what I believe, therefore you must go. Modern history is littered with these types of conflicts. The third type of truth is political truth, which is also wrapped in dogma and ties into personal truth. That is where someone gets to dictate what it is that you should believe. In this case, someone else is defining for you what is right or wrong. Take a look at Nazism, where one man was able to convince a population of millions that their ideology was correct and they should take action as a result. Marxism, Stalinism, all of them are the same. One person or a group of people were able to convince a population that their ideas was correct and action should be taken to reinforce those ideas. So what is the truth? Is Hitler correct with his ideology of this superior race of people that should conquer the world? Are the Jehovah's Witnesses correct with their belief in their biblical studies? Probably not. I don't know. I usually align myself with the objective truth, but I do know that there are some things in this experience of life that cannot be explained. I know this for a fact. I've had these experiences, but I have no issue with simply stating that I don't know. I'll leave you with this to think about. Most of us know enough to think that we're right, but we don't know enough to know that we're wrong.